If you hate studying, it's probably for one of two reasons. It's confusing or it's boring. That may just seem like an unfortunate fact of life, but I have a theory that identifying which one you feel will show you what you need to do to make studying feel engaging again. See, these two emotions, confusion and boredom, are on opposite ends of a spectrum between too much information and not enough information. But between them, there's a perfect sweet spot where you're neither confused nor bored. You're learning. And not only does this make studying less painful, it also makes it more effective. So today, I'm going to show you how. Hi, I'm Mayhem, musician, philosopher, cult leader, human, and you're watching my series, Neurohacking. Now, I'm not above telling you things I just made up, or as I like to call them, original ideas, but this isn't one of them. This theory is known in psychology as the zone of optimal challenge, or ZOC. The idea is there are different difficulty levels of practicing any skill you want to learn. Too hard, too easy, and a sweet spot in the middle. If it's too hard, you'll get confused and discouraged. If it's too easy, you'll get bored and won't learn anything. But getting the balance right in the middle will help you learn as much and as fast and as painlessly as possible. So how do you calculate it? Well, it's a little tricky because it's a moving target, but it's basically your successes to failure rate, the ratio of questions you get right to the questions you get wrong. Psychologists recommend a rate of failure anywhere from 15% to 35%, and which one works for you depends heavily on your temperament, whether you get discouraged or bored more easily, for example, or how aggressive your learning goals are, aka how much you're willing for it to suck. And yes, in theory, you could calculate your optimal ZOC rate for your temperament, then keep track of your success to failure rate, but let's be honest, ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Luckily, there's a way easier way to do it. Check in with your emotions while you're studying. If you feel confused and frustrated, make things easier. If you feel understimulated, make things harder. And if you're not sure which one you are, it's better to err on the easier side. Because if you're studying something way too hard, you might not retain any of it. But even studying something easy you already know will definitely make you better at it. So, now that you understand when and why to adjust your difficulty level, how do you do it in practice? How do you make studying harder or easier? It depends what you're trying to learn, of course, but here are a few examples. If you're practicing an instrument, to make it easier, focus on practicing a song you already know how to play and try to get it perfect. To make it harder, start learning a new song. If you're learning a language, to make it easier, study more common vocabulary. To make it harder, study less common vocabulary. If you want to stop doom scrolling and start reading instead, to make it easier, pick comic books, audiobooks, or manga. To make it harder, read Beyond Good and Evil by Nietzsche, Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky, and an entire philosophy textbook. Like I did. By now you should get the idea, but I'll give you one more hack that's applicable to almost anything you may be learning other than sports. I often use Quizlet sets to study, and Quizlet gives you an option to star terms and study only those ones. To make things easier, star just a few and study just that group until you feel confident with them. Then add in one new term at a time until you feel comfortable with the whole set. Or, if the whole set is too easy, just star the ones you tend to get wrong for maximum difficulty. This technique helped me go from never having studied Japanese hiragana to being #1 on a Quizlet leaderboard in just a few hours of studying. This technique is so effective because when there's only a small amount of new information at a time, all of your attention concentrates on the new part, meaning you commit it to memory super fast. And as Bruce Lee once said, I do not fear the man who practices 1,000 kicks one time each. I fear the man who practices one kick 1,000 times. Thanks for kicking it with me today. Love, Mayhem.